Hi, I'm Willie. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And what we're going to talk about in this video is facial recognition. Not necessarily how to set it up, although I do have some videos coming on that, but understanding the laws in your state. So I'm in Illinois, and I have friends in Florida. And believe it or not, if you watch the news, Illinois, Florida, consumer protection laws, they've got some overlap. Not all of them, but some of them. And when it comes to facial recognition, that is one of them. So if you've lived in the state of Illinois and you've gotten a check from Facebook or Google or Snapchat or name a company who's been using your biometric data, which in Illinois, your face, your facial geometry data, your face is considered to be biometric data, and companies cannot capture that biometric information and use it without your permission. Employers can't do it. Local governments can't do it. The state government they are following these rules as well. Now, I am 100% sure that there's some carve-outs for law enforcement activity, but for the most part, companies cannot capture your biometric data and use it without your permission, whether it's your fingerprint, your iris scan, or your entire face. Like I said, if you're in Illinois and you signed up for those lawsuits where the state of Illinois, sued Facebook, sued Google, and you got a check, you know that the state of Illinois takes it very serious. And I'll leave links to these articles down below. There's like 8 or 9 states at this point that are protecting residents' biometric information. So you'll have to, like with everything we do, you're going to have to do the research for your state. I have some skin in the game when it comes to Illinois and Florida, so those are the two that we're going to look at here real quick. So if we look at this one just says, is facial recognition legal? But in the state of Illinois, written consent is required for companies to capture. This is highlighted right here. In order for a company to capture, collect, purchase, receive through trade, or otherwise obtain face recognition data or facial geometry data, the subject of that data must sign a written release. If any such data is collected or used without a written release, the company is in violation of the law. And that doesn't matter, like I said, whether it's a municipality, whether it's the state, whether it's a company, whether they're publicly or privately traded, they cannot do this. And there are some good examples. So for the longest time in the state of Illinois, if you bought a Google Nest camera, they wouldn't let you enable, they would not let you enable the facial recognition information. This is when I looked at it a few years ago, because they understood it was illegal in the state of Illinois to use that information without consent. A company like Verkada, I don't think they care. We've had that conversation with them, and it pretty much falls on deaf ears. So, if I were these companies and I had facial recognition, I would have just a disclaimer when you go to turn that on, that it says we're not responsible. I'd put it somewhere in the EULA. I'd put it somewhere in the terms and conditions, definitely next to the facial recognition slider, that says, as a company, whether I'm Synology, whether I'm Ubiquity, whether I'm, name a company, we are not responsible. You have to make sure that you follow the laws. By sliding this checkbox, you are verifying that you understand the laws in your, until you accept that terms and conditions, I wouldn't let you turn it on. That's me personally. So back over to this article. I'll leave, like I said, I will leave a link to this down in the description. And even here, the holder of face recognition data must keep that data safe. So in the state of Illinois, we have consumer protection laws that tell us that we have to treat driver's license numbers, facial recognition. We have to treat that like we do a social security or a credit card number, right? There's data security, data protection that has to go hand in hand with that. So that's Illinois. I'm going to leave this here, but Florida has now signed into law, or is going to be signed into law, a similar law where in Florida, if they're going to use your biometric facial recognition, you basically, I don't know, it's weird to talk about facial geometric data, your face. If they're going to use your face, they have to get your permission. I'll leave a link to this one as well, and this was published last year. And then I'll leave a link to the Bipartisan Policy Center that talks about this. And you're going to have to, if you're planning to use facial recognition, you better know the laws in your area. I'm not saying it's illegal. I'm not saying it's unethical. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is you need to know the law in your area. So if you're in Illinois or if you're in Florida, you better be getting consent waivers signed. You better be storing them, and you better be protecting the data. And I would get consent before I did anything. If you're in Florida, you need to do the same thing. I can't speak for other states because those are the only two that I've really dug into at this point. But wherever you're at, let me know down in the comments how facial recognition data, facial geometry, face geometrical data, your face, let me know in your state what the laws are. Let's see if we can compile down below in the comments what that, guiding document from your state says. So this is going to be important as we start doing some future videos here in the next few weeks, because we are going to talk about facial recognition. We're going to look at configuring facial recognition. We're going to look at how it works. But most importantly, I will have disclaimers on those videos that it won't be this long, but it will be, if you're doing this in your state, you need to understand the laws. Your mileage may vary. This is produced for Illinois, where I'm at. So these are the things that I have to do. So I am not consenting to you using it. I'm not condoning you using it. Your mileage may vary. Make sure you stay within the legal lanes in your state, your territory, your country, wherever you're at. So, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share, follow me on Twitter and TikTok. If you need IT consulting, you can reach out at williehowe.com. Come join our community. Talk about facial recognition on the community over at community.williehowe.com. We've got an awesome group of people over there, and the conversations are starting to pick up more and more every day. There are also affiliate links and a Patreon link below if you'd like to support the channel. Once again, I'm Willie. Make sure you understand the biometric collection laws in your state, your territory, your country. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.